Welcome to our channel of IGNOU audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Extension and Development Studies, SOEDS, Master's Degree Programs Master of Arts in Development Studies, MADVS, Second Year MDV 105 Development Planning and Management Block-1 Program Planning Unit-1 Program Planning, and Overview 1.1 Introduction Development Programs are the heart and soul of extension work. Stakeholders of extension work and funding agencies expect design and implementation of development programs that make a difference in people's lives, both individually and at community level. A clear understanding of the primary components of a program is the foundation for designing and delivering the type of programs that provide solutions for developmental challenges. You will learn about these components in this unit. The first step in any systematic attempt to promote development is to prepare useful programs based on needs. The development of such programs, which harmonize with the needs of people as a whole, is an important responsibility of development workers. Program planning is also a procedure of working with the people in an effort to recognize problems and to determine possible solutions. Hence, the element of people needs should be the central concern of development professionals who formulate, implement and evaluate development programs. After studying this unit, you should be able to describe the importance and principles of program planning process. Formulate a sound development program. 1.2 What is program planning? Before going into the details of program planning process, let us look and understand the meaning of some related terms in the context of development studies. Program is a written statement which describes proposed developmental activities, the problems they address, the actions and resources required. Plan is schedule of development work outlining different activities in a specific period. It answers the questions like what, why, how, and when, as well as by whom and where the development work is to be done. Program planning is the process of making decisions about the direction and intensity of extension education efforts to bring about desirable change among people, community. Good program planning is to the extension and development worker what the compass is to the seaman. Extension program. An extension program is an all-inclusive set of activities designed with a target client base in mind that focuses on the continuous education and development of clients. The educational component is meant to generate specific outcomes for the client base. An extension program will be successful in generating lasting change within a community if the planning process is optimized. Extension program is a statement of situation, objectives, problems, and solutions. This is a very simple and comprehensive definition of extension program given by Kelsey and Hearn, which is widely accepted and adopted by extension and development professionals world over. Let us briefly discuss the related terms used in this definition. Situation is a statement of affairs that includes the cultural, social, economic and physical conditions in which a particular group of people find themselves at a given period of time. Please remember, the situation which constitutes the environment for planning is continuously changing. The changing environment aspects that are relevant to development work are changes in technology, changes in government policy, changes in overall economic activity including prices, employment of labor, raw material etc. Changes in social norms and attitudes of people towards development. Aim is generalized and broad statement of direction with respect to given development activity. Example, improvement of economic condition of women self-help groups. Objectives are expression of ends towards which our efforts are directed. The dictionary meaning of objective is something that one's efforts or actions are intended to attain or accomplish. Example, improvement of women's self-help groups' economic condition by 20%. Goal is the distance in any given direction one expects to go during a given period of time. Example, improvement of women's self-help groups' economic condition by 20% through income-generating activities in 1 year. Goal: if we could but know where we are now, and where we ought to go, we could better judge what to do, and how to do it. Abraham Lincoln. Problem Problem is an issue or obstacle which makes it difficult to achieve a desired goal, objective or purpose. It refers to a situation, condition, or issue that is yet unresolved. In a broad sense, a problem exists when an individual becomes aware of a significant difference between what actually is and what is desired. Example, in society, a problem can refer to particular social issue, say rural unemployment, which if solved would yield social benefits, such as increased productivity. Solution. Solution is a course of proposed action to change an unsatisfactory condition to one that is more satisfying. Example, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, MGNREGA, aims at enhancing the livelihood security of people in rural areas by guaranteeing 100 days of wage employment in a financial year to a rural household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work. Calendar of work. Calendar of work is a plan of activities to be undertaken in a particular time sequence. Example, Pulse Polio program on first Sunday of every month in a year. Activity 1. Visit the webpage of Ministry of Rural Development, study any latest rural development program initiative and write briefly about its aim, objective, goal, problem and solution aimed by the program. 1.3 Objectives of Program Planning. Important objectives of having a program planning as per Kelsey and Herna 2. 1. Ensure careful consideration of what is to be done and why. 2. Furnish a guide against which to judge all new proposals. 3. Establish objectives toward which progress can be measured and evaluated. 4. Have a means of choosing the important from less important problems and the permanent from the temporary changes. 5. Develop a common understanding about the means and ends between various functionaries and organizations. 6. Ensure continuity during changes in personnel. 7. Help develop leadership. 8. Avoid wastage of resources, money and promote efficiency. 9. Justify expenditure and ensure flow of funds. 10. Have available in written form a statement for public use. 1.4 Need identification. In program planning, efforts to promote change through development programs are successful only to the extent they are focused on the important needs of the people and are effective in helping people meet these needs. In development programs, people participate only when they think that the program is valuable to them in meeting personal, family, group or community needs which they themselves recognize. The element of need and need identification, therefore, should be the fundamental concern in development programs. In short, people concern themselves with development programs only on the basis of needs as they see them, not program planners view them. Successful program planning is one of identifying accurately what people want, think they need, and actually getting these items converted into a realistic, well-organized and concerted series of forceful developmental activities. This may properly called a program. Effective programs to promote change are developed through finding people's needs and arranging action that helps meet them. Hence, a clear understanding of the nature and role of people's needs in programs of development is essential to the extension and development workers like you. Refer Unit 2 for more details and needs assessment. Extension programs developed based on the needs by the people, for the people and of the people have best chances of success. 1.5 Types of extension programs. Program planning is vital in order to find solutions for community problems or issues, or to assess needs. The various types of extension programs are described in this section for your understanding. There are different types of extension programs, each designed to address a specific need. Extension programs can be designed to address development, where the objective is to implement a plan that will drive change for the benefit of an organization or community. Extension programs can be implemented in order to share information and educate a target audience. These programs can involve learning institutions and their faculties to address pressing issues in a particular development sector. An extension program can be reactive or proactive. A. Reactive programs are planned to address a specific problem, challenge or need within an organization or community. It is reacting to the past rather than anticipating the future. In reactive development, you solve matters as they arise. Information gathered in the planning phase will guide the action plan of the program. B. Proactive extension programs are designed to drive change with the objective of uplifting a community or improving a situation within an organization. It is acting before a situation becomes a source of confrontation or crisis. In proactive development, you solve matters before they become an issue. You generally spend more times on the optimizations, for example, improved security or caching of everything. Proactive development makes developments more stable. It's essential to switch between reactive and proactive modes depending on the need. 1.6 Principles of Outcomes-Focused Program Planning. There are a few basic principles to stick to when using outcomes-focused program planning. These are briefly discussed below. 1. Always make decisions based on data and facts. Collect enough good information for rational decision making. 2. Seek out stakeholders that will understand the issues you face. Involve them in the planning process so they can help guide the program. 3. Set specific targets and goals to ensure planning covers all aspects of what you intend to achieve at the end. Make sure the target clients know which behaviors, skills and attitudes they will need to change for the program to be successful. 4. Identify and understand the root causes of the problems you intend to address. This will help you find the best approach to overcome any potential hurdles you might encounter in the planning process. 5. Always aim for sustainable and lasting change within a community. Strive to make a significant positive impact with the proposed program. 6. Prepare to evaluate your progress and adjust or refine the plan on a continuous basis, so that the program will always fulfill its purpose in the community it serves. Activity 2. Visit a nearby development department and inquire about different types of extension programs. Write your observations. 1.7 Program Planning Process. The process of program planning is explained well when you look at it as a cycle of certain stages as shown in Fig 1.1. Program planning begins by looking at where the problems are, situation analysis, finds a solution to those problems, program objective, moves the solution into actuality through the use of extension methods and communication, program execution, implementation, makes a continuous study of how successful the extension methods have been, evaluation, and then uses the evaluation result as basis to readjust the extension program, reconsideration. 3 main phases involved in program planning process are 1. Program formulation. 2. Program execution. 3. Program evaluation. These 3 phases have the following 8 subphases as shown in Fig. 1.1 I. Collection of facts and analysis. E. Identification of problems. E. Determination of objectives. IV. Developing the plan of activities versus carrying out the activities. V. Continuous checking. V. Evaluation of results. V. Reconsideration. 1.7.1 Collection of facts and analysis. A potential stakeholder is a valuable source of information. This is anyone who shares your commitment to your program. There are many ways to engage with stakeholders, either through face-to-face informal conversations or through more formal advisory groups. Remember that the diversity of stakeholders can give you access to many different perspectives and opinions, but can also lead to conflict if the group is not kept focused on the ultimate collective goal. The key stakeholders the extensionist needs to engage are investors for the extension program and the beneficiaries who will be involved in the program implementation. Development workers must have adequate knowledge of socio-economic, cultural and psychological status of people and how to involve them in the process of development. In general, information on the following items should be collected. A. Number of beneficiaries. B. Educational status of beneficiaries. C. Communication facilities. D. Socioeconomic status. A. Agriculture, land and livestock information. F. Production status of the land and livestock. G. Availability of common, community facilities. H. General health of the community. I. Customs, traditions, institutions, people's organizations operating in the area, etc. The tools and techniques for collecting data include systematic observations, interviewing the people and surveys, existing governmental records, census reports, and the past experiences of the extension and development workers. After collecting facts, They are analyzed and interpreted to find out the problems and needs of the people. Fig. 1.2 and 1.3. 1.7.2 Identification of problems as a result of the facts analysis. The important gaps between what is and what should be are identified and the problems leading to such a situation are to be located. These gaps represent the people's needs. For your understanding, problem of low procurement price for milk and associated reasons identified by extension students of Veterinary College in a Puducherry village is given in figure 1.4. Look at the screen. From the fig. 1.4, we can identify various direct and indirect reasons for low procurement price for milk. Some of the reasons are, low price fixation for milk is leading to low procurement price for milk due to poor economic status. Farmers are unable to provide proper housing facility to livestock, which is leading to poor management, diseases and low milk production and ultimately low procurement price for milk. No regular deworming and failure of vaccination are leading to diseases and low milk production and leading to low procurement price for milk. Non-availability of pure breeds for crossbreeding is resulting in low fat in milk and resulting in low procurement price for milk. High cost and low availability of feed resulting in low milk yield and low procurement price. Environment stress is another reason for low milk production and low procurement price for milk. 1.7.3 Determination of objectives. Once the needs and problems of the people have been identified, they are stated in terms of goals and objectives. The objectives represent a forecast of the changes in the situation or change in behavior of the people to be brought about. The objectives may be long-term as well as short-term and must be stated clearly. Program goals are broad and general. On the other hand, program objectives, as illustrated by the SMART acronym, are specific. Is the objective specific and clear about what will be achieved? Measurable. Is the objective measurable? Achievable. Is the objective achievable given the time, resources, and programming? Relevant. Is the objective relevant and clearly linked to the desired result? Time limited. Is the objective stated so it is clear when it will be achieved? Example. To solve the reasons for low procurement price for milk as identified above, the objectives for a one-year livestock extension program could be A. To educate farmers on feeding, breeding, healthcare and management practices. B. To conduct deworming and vaccination camps every month. C. To encourage farmers for fodder production individually or at community level. D. To educate farmers on crossbreeding and upgrading and conduct of artificial insemination with Jersey, Holstein Friesian and Murrah semen. A. To improve the daily milk production by at least 2 to 4 liters. F. To fix remunerative price for milk to encourage dairy farming. 1.7.4 Developing the plan of activities in order to achieve the stated objectives. The means and methods attaining each objective are selected and the action plan, i.e. the calendar of activities, is developed. It includes the technical content, who should do what, and the time limit within the work will be completed. The plan of work may be seasonal, short-term, annual or long-term. Example. Prepare the following schedule of activities, print and distribute to all concerned related to above objectives. Every day morning, afternoon and evening, artificial insemination to be conducted at veterinary hospital, at farmer's doorstep. Deworming and vaccination campaign on every third Saturday, persuading at least 5 progressive farmers in selected 5 villages for cultivation of improved fodder varieties on pilot basis. Encouraging cultivation of fodder trees like sobabul on the bunds of the fields of all farmers to conduct monthly short-term training programs of 2 to 3 days to farmers on improved management practices. 1.7.5 Carrying out the activities once the action plan has been developed. Arrangement for supplying the necessary inputs, teaching aids, extension literature etc. has to be made and the specific action has to be initiated. The execution of the plan of activities is to be done through extension methods for stimulating individuals and groups to think, act and participate effectively. People should be involved at every step to ensure the success of the program. 1.7.6 Continuous checking. Follow up the activities carried out at regular intervals. Keep adequate records of each activity as a base for evaluation of results. 1.7.7 Evaluation of results. It is done to measure the degree of success of the extension program in terms of the objectives set forth. This is basically done to determine the changes in situation or the behavior of the people as a result of the extension program. The evaluation is done not only of the physical achievements but also of the methods and techniques used and of the other steps in the program planning process, so that the strong and weak points may be identified and necessary changes made in the subsequent programs. Evaluation gives the extension educator and other stakeholders the opportunity to reflect, learn and refine techniques with the goal of modifying and improving the program. It also provides the opportunity to report accomplishments. 1.7.8 Reconsideration. The systematic and periodic evaluation of the program will reveal the weak and strong points of the program. Based on these points, the program is reconsidered and the necessary adjustments and changes should be made in order to make it more meaningful and sound. Remember that program planning is not the end product of extension activities, but it is an educational tool for helping people to identify their own problems and make timely and judicious decisions. In the above-mentioned steps, it is clear that the planning of an animal husbandry extension program comprises a logical series of consecutive steps. Similarly, extension programs can be formulated in any other subsectors of development. The first 4 steps form the program planning phase. The steps 5 to 6 form the action phase. The steps 7 to 8 join the 2 phases together, where it leads to the fact-collecting step, thus beginning once again the never-ending or continuous process of planning the extension program. Activity 3. Read the following case and formulate objectives and activities for a sound extension program. Dynamics of self-help groups in livestock rearing. A case study. Self-help groups, SHGs, represent a unique approach to financial intermediation. The approach combines access to low-cost financial services with a process of self-management and development for the women who are SHG members. SHGs are formed and supported usually by NGOs or increasingly by government agencies. Linked not only to banks but also to wider development programs, SHGs are seen to confer many benefits, both economic and social. SHGs enable women to grow their savings and to access the credit which banks are increasingly willing to lend. SHGs can also be community platforms from which women become active in village affairs, stand for local election or take action to address social or community issues. One of the major activities of women SHGs are livestock rearing for economic and nutrition benefits. A team of extension scientists visited women SHG rearing livestock in Kerala and conducted a case study. The main observations are furnished below. Name of the SHG, Gramashri Self-Help Group, Reg No MTL, 25, started on the 4th of November 2001, Tondupalli Village, Kalpetta Block, Wayanad DT, Kerala. General observations. Number of group members were 17, and 15 among them are scheduled tribes. The president of the SHG was SMT Indira Bhaskaran and secretary was SMT Jayashri Mani. The SHG was promoted by the village panchayat. Observations on governance. Every year the SHG conducts elections and however, since 2001, the same president and secretary have been elected unanimously. Observations on financial issues. In the year 2002, first grading was done by Block Development Officer, BDO, and Bank. BDO has sanctioned 10,000 rupees as government assistance in the form of revolving fund to promote the SHG, and Malabar Gramna Bank gave 25,000 rupees as loan. Income generating activity. With the revolving fund and bank loan, SHG members purchased 3 Jersey cows and reared. They successfully repaid the loan in 3 years successfully at 400 per month. SHG growth. With the successful repayment of loan amount, second grading was done in 2003 by village extension officer and bank officials under Swarna Jayanti Gramin Swarojgar Yojana. They sanctioned 540,000 rupees per as second loan again to expand the dairy farming activities of SHG. However, the SHG could avail 4 rupees, or 4,000. They spent 140,000 rupees on shed construction and 264,000 rupees to purchase 17 cows. Later they disposed 3 cows, and on the date of non-participant observation study, the SHG have 14 cows of Jersey and Brown Swiss crossbreds. Reasons for group formation. When asked about the reasons for group formation, they said it was mainly by the encouragement of Panchayat for improving the livelihood security through dairy farming as income-generating activity. Dynamics in dairy farming. Farm activities are carried out by 6 members on rotation. The present herd size is 14, 10 Jersey and 4 Brown Swiss. Earlier they were producing milk at 90 litres per day and selling at 11 rupees and 50 paise per LT to Milk Cooperative Society. The money was used to repay the loan, 7,000 rupees per month. But at present all the cows are dry and 2 cows are pregnant. Now they are selling only dung and manure. They took on acre of land on lease and producing fodder. On the bunds they planted banana plants. Group dynamics working cohesively for the past 6 years without any problem, electing every year president and secretary, democratically good leadership, people with different political parties, 1 member left in between on migration and another inducted every Sunday at 10 am, regular group meetings with recording of minuets and attendance. Decision making is by collective consensus on weekly meeting. Benefits of group formation: increased knowledge on cattle rearing, lactometer, SNF, fat testing etc. Capacity building by increased interaction with department people, increased literacy opportunity to understand what is happening around, microfinance for family emergencies, 5% interest rate with repayment of 100 rupees per week, social activities, road making with labor contribution, donated uniforms to poor school children, participated in Pulse Polio program, cleaning of well water, creating awareness about other development programs, cleaning garbage and plastic, support received from AHDEPT livestock inspector, provided artificial insemination. Problems: all animals in dry, no milk production, no proper knowledge on concentrate feeding, lack of planning and poor management, suggested animal husbandry extension interventions, convincing the bank officials to increase the loan amount, educating on concentrate and roughage feeding, regular AI and keeping the animals in production, planning and training before purchase on animals, exercise. Based on the above observations, formulate objectives and activities for a sound extension program. 1.8 Summary. In this unit we started by looking into the definitions of the terms program, plan and program planning, and understood what they mean in the context of extension and development. We examined the importance and principles of program planning. We studied different phases and sub-phases in program planning process with a practical example. Thank you. Subscribe to our channel for more updates, and we will see you with the next chapter.